Hi, good evening. This is Senator Carla Joseph, and I'm here on Point today, Tuesday, January 25th. And here with me is Mr. Eldred Thomas from We Grow Food, Inc.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting me, Senator Joseph.
Good evening, Mr. Thomas, and we are doing this duel, one on WSDA, Lucky 13 this evening, as also on Facebook Live. This is your servant and Senator Carla Joseph, joining you here live from the WSDA studio today, Tuesday, January 25th. Yes, and here with me as my guest this evening is Mr. Eldred Thomas from We Grow Food, Inc. I've known you for several decades. Several decades. First, when I was a part of a really strong environmental advocacy program and organization. So tonight we're going to be talking about agriculture. But before we go into that depth of agriculture, I wanted to put a big promotion out there for our second annual Black History Month art competition. That's right, we have an art competition that is going to be coming up soon, and the deadline is February 25th rather. This is geared specifically towards young people in the St. Thomas St. John District Middle School, and we're asking you to submit some type of artwork that depicts a Virgin Island hero, a Black Virgin Islander, and in drawing that, in depicting that, we're also asking you to write a short paragraph explaining why you have chosen this person and what their achievement is and how they have inspired you. With all of that, you can submit your artwork to senatorcarlajoseph.com/art rules, and you're going to see all the art rules. Or you can call my office at 340-693-3515. So, I didn't say it, but let me just also mention, because we started off really excitedly just to be here at WSDA, let me just extend all God's blessings to the people of the Virgin Islands who are listening for this new year. We are indeed so thankful that we made it into 2022. Imagine that, and we're still here, pressing on regardless. Even though we have a pandemic, it's not stopping us. We're still at work, doing the work that we were sent to do. I also want to take the opportunity to just briefly give a short report on the committee which I chair, some of our work that we did last week on January 19th. We had a very great meeting, Mr. Thomas, and we had number 6 bills on the agenda. And I just mentioned Black History Month. We had a bill commemorating and acknowledging Mary Thomas Axeline and Mathilda McBean and Susanna Abramson and other estate laborers for their advocacy during the labor uprising of 1878. We also had a bill commending the Ivana Eudorican High School on its 50th anniversary, which was last year. We had a bill honoring and commending Gloria H. Canigata Waterman. That's a strong Crucian lady. I really appreciate her and the hard work that she did. And we also had a bill establishing the 6th Constitutional Convention. And finally, we had one other bill, which was the Career Incentive Program for Peace Officers. All 6 legislation were voted out of the Committee on Government Operations and Consumer Protection. We didn't even take, I'm a hard taskmaster. I worked through it all. We didn't even take a lunch break. Senators were in and out taking lunch, but we were just plugging on through so we could get all of these bills worked on, and we were very successful. We heard from a number of testifiers, and so it was a very, very productive meeting. Also, I want to take this opportunity to invite persons during the broadcast tonight to please call in the radio station. Please make it your choice to call in the radio station. The radio station number is 774-1340, 774-1340, and you could call in this evening. The phones are working, and we will be more than willing to take your call, both Mr. Thomas and I. So, without further ado, and I'm very thankful that he's here with us, Mr. Thomas, tell us a little bit about We Grow Food, Inc. Tell us about the organization.
Oh. Good evening again, Senator Joseph, and thank you for having me. But just before I answer your question, I want to send out blessings and good wishes to all the farmers, especially in the border area. We are heading into drought type conditions right now, so let's hold the faith, and hopefully with the help of this fine senator, we could put some legislation together to get more water infrastructure in the border area. You know, that was always the big issue. But in terms of We Grow Food Inc., We Grow Food Inc. is a non-profit agricultural organization. We're existing for like the last 40, 50 years. And why I say that, in those early years, it was just a handful of us. But like 35 years ago, we finally got organized under the Lieutenant Governor's office, a non-profit organization. And our objective is simple. We're just trying to develop the agriculture industry. Agriculture must play its role in the development of this community. Yes, we have a lot of money flowing around. We have a lot of different investment, but we have to eat. And we want to eat good quality food. And that's the missing link in our development. Because in developing agriculture, we actually going to be dealing with a lot of our local people. And it's a must because the average age of the farmer now is 60 years old. So we must get involved and train some young people to come and take our place. Most of us only have a few more years left, and we can't afford that gap. We can't afford to stop growing and growing the food that we know. The sugar apple, the sour sap, the mango, the avocado. You see, half of these food cannot be imported because they ripe so fast. You can't put sugar apple in a box or sour sap in a box. In a day and a half, everything ripe. We have to grow these things home. And the fact is we could grow a good quality fruit, but we need some help. We are crying for water for the last 25, 30 years. An adequate water supply. With more water, with an adequate, not even adequate, but halfway of what we really need, we could improve production at least 200 to 300%. So we have a lot of work to do.
Lot of work, but I also know that you said something that just triggered me. You know, everyone knows there's two demographics I really hold dear to my heart, and it's the elders and our young people.
Yes.
I don't play when it comes to elders and young people. I give all respects and thanks to our elders because they is how we got here and we arrived. So you really show appreciation for the work and you honor them by assuring that they are treated with a level of dignity and respect.
Yes, I
Okay?
agree.
And then we have our young people, just like you said. We need younger people to actually begin to have some interest in agriculture. I know my daughter, and I mention it all the time. She was very much involved in agriculture at the Charlotte Amalie High School. She was actually the Amalian president for the Future Farmers of America, and she had gotten even opportunity to go to the Ag Discovery program
Yes.
camp in St. Croix. So she has had that interest. But how, and I know the university, right, take agriculture very seriously, that they even are now implementing a degree in agriculture. So there is that strong level of interest. But we got to even put more fire under it.
Of course.
More fire under that so that the interest is there continuously, because you mentioned that we have to be able to feed ourselves. That's the building of a nation, any place. You have to be able to feed your population. And most of us love to eat organically grown food because we know it's very good for our bodies. It helps us maintain. Sometimes you're purchasing food and fruits that have all kind of different pesticides they use, how they may have grown them, may not be the natural way of doing it. So tell us what We Grow Food have been doing, even in the midst of your challenges for getting the water going. I understand, before we go into that, I understand that you have a pump and a well down in Bordeaux. And the pump that pumps the water out of the well into the cisterns them have been inoperable since a little over 3
months.
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
Since October.
And so, go ahead.
Our main water source, that's the main water source presently, have been down for the last 3 months. And like I said earlier,
and the commissioner, before you go, the commissioner is aware, correct?
Of course, all
Okay.
officials are aware. Yes, the commissioner, the assistant, and the deputy, because that's who we complain to. Is a government-owned well, and that what brings the water up. And again, water is the bloodline of agriculture development. You must have a good flowing of water. And not only is the pump down, presently from this past Sunday, the cistern is dry because the November and the December little rain, because the cistern is the cistern for the market. And they have its own roof, so that we're collecting water every time it's rain. But it's just and that's done now. That's dry now. You see, as of Sunday. So that's how desperate the situation is. And this is what we have been doing over the years. We're just letting our situations become desperate, things that are fixable. You see, and without a cistern, we might have to close the market down because we have to have running water to keep the market going.
Now, how often do you have the market?
Our market is the second and last Sunday of every month.
So this coming Sunday you'll have the market?
This coming Sunday is market day. It's the last Sunday of the month.
Okay.
And so again, to reference to what We Grow Food and what we do, like the question you asked, yes, we hold our market the second and last Sunday of every month, and we do our annual fair once a year, the weekend of Martin Luther King birth. We had to cancel because of the high numbers with Corona, but we still want to send out thanks to all of the vendors, everybody who was planning to come, all of the participants, all of the farmers. We still want to say thanks because everybody was gearing up for a real nice fair.
Wonderful.
That fair would have been our 24th annual. So we have done this 23 times already. We had to cancel last year again because of the pandemic. So it's 2 years we have lost with this fair. People are eager to get back in, but safety comes first.
Of course.
So we will follow the governor's mandate. We cancel the fair until whether it's a better date down the road or next year. That's still iffy.
I'm hoping that you have it this year. Even if you have to change the dates, still have all the people come down and enjoy the Border Fair. I mean, I have
Well,
attended the Border Fair for a number of years, and it's always a joy. You have good music, you have a lot of provisions, people have a lot of natural crafted items on display. They have natural drinks on display and also
Well-
to serve and sell. So I really enjoy it, and sometimes you have presentations and
Yes.
workshops and the like. So it's
No, we
very well rounded.
we do have a great fair. Just as you said, along with the produce and the local drink, and it's a vegan fair, so it's a unique fair. It's a unique, not just for we in St. Thomas or the VI, but in the Caribbean.
Right.
It's probably just the only vegan fair we have. So we ask people to come and be vegan for 2 days, just for 2 days. We ain't asking you to keep away from meat forever, but just for 2 days, come and enjoy our fair. We features local music, all our music. As a matter of fact, after the activities of selling during the day, we go into a night concert. And this concert is an open air concert because they're setting up the border market. And we feature local artists. And I think that's a plus. So we also promoting our local young people because most of the artists are young. And they're bringing out their original song as well as, and
so
local bands and so forth.
So you're giving
We
them an opportunity to spotlight our talent.
to come on our stage, to use our stage as a platform. And again, like you mentioned, we do various demonstration related to agriculture, health presentation. We'll have in people from UVI, sometimes they'll make specific presentation, whether they're dealing with bugs, or they're dealing with composing, graphing demonstration, beekeeping demonstration, a real nice, wonderful fair. We do have a wonderful time for those 2 days.
So
that's our main event for the year.
So let me ask you, how long have We Grow Food Inc. and all the border farmers been putting on its border fair? How many years?
We did 23 fairs already. So
23.
Yes.
I know some people who haven't been on this earth that long.
Yes.
Some young
Yes,
people.
yes.
So that's a wonderful thing that you've been doing, and I would just encourage you to press on. Now, who does a lot of the maintenance work for the border farm? I go down there, I see it's a nicely kept area, it's very natural looking. The ambience there is very relaxing. You don't feel stressed. You're coming in and you feel, it's just good vibes. Ain't nothing else to describe it but just plain good vibes with dealing with our farmers and our crafters, as well as other vendors you have there who are, culinary skills, and you're eating some good, healthy food.
Yes.
So what have you done to keep that area
well,
the way it is?
The Border Farmers Market is a government-built structure. It was built with community black grant funding. It was originally it was a tennis court. It was a tennis court going back into at the present Wang Louis was governor.
Okay, wow, oh my goodness, that's a long time ago.
When we dedicated that fair, and then the tennis court, and then Hurricane Hugo came along and smashed it and knocked it down. Park and Rec, it wasn't Park and Rec at that time, but anyway, they rebuilt it and so forth. Then Maryland come along and smash it again.
Wow.
So then after that, it was just basically lingering.
But
it was just there. I come to you. And then in 25 years ago, we approached then Housing Park to use it as a marketplace. And that's how we start with the fair. We actually did the fair there. At that time, it was a makeshift fair. We used to take 3 pallets. The pallets will carry the various things that fast lift up. 3 pallets and a plywood.
Sure.
That's known as a bowler table. And that's how we set up around and around the vicinity and started the fair there. We had 2x2 frame, and we used to put a plastic covering. And because of that, eventually We then applied for the black grant to get funding to build the market. We was rejected. You know, it had some little technicality involved.
Of course.
We get rejected like on 2 different occasions. And then on the 3rd occasion, under the young administration, under Dr. Peterson, the commissioner at the time, he applied for the grant and got the grant to build the Border Farmers Market.
Wow.
So the pavilion itself, where we actually sell from under the bungalow, was finished, completed in 2013. 2013, the system of phase 1, that was 2012. 2013 was the market. The wall, we actually moved back the hill. We pushed the hill back in phase 3 and put in a nice wall to create a lot more space. That was done in 2015. So that's 3 phases of the project.
Sure.
The project is an extensive project. The wall is actually half of phase, the first half of phase 3. The second half of phase 3 are the kiosks. Then we have one other phase of the bathroom. We're supposed to put in a modern bathroom in place, concrete bathroom, a stage, that's another phase, and so forth, and the community center. But getting back to your original question in terms of the market itself, We Grow Food maintain the market.
You maintain
we maintain the market.
Okay.
We don't have no contract with the government, but the facility was built because of our activity, and we just automatically stepped in and keep it going. So we remove the trash, we sweep the market. At times the tabletops, with the dust and the wind will get dirty, we'll clean that up.
At no cost to the government at all?
At no cost to the government, but I hope the government could start contributing something to us. We build the bathroom because the bathroom there is still a temporary bathroom, but we build a bathroom because we didn't like the idea of our ladies going in the bush.
So
we built a bathroom.
You took the initiative and built
We took the initiative. The first few fairs, we used to have the porta potties coming in.
I remember that.
And that wasn't good enough for us, so we built a bathroom.
A permanent
And we built a bathroom that can flush. It flush. So we ain't build no little knock-up outhouse. We build a bathroom.
Indoor plumbing.
Yes.
Yeah, ladies like that. We really like indoor plumbing.
Of course. The ladies are our ladies. We have to take care of our people. And when this hurricane came along in 2017, Irma and Maria, it smashed the bathroom. It knocked our bathroom. All we left was 2 toilets were standing.
Wow.
Everything else was clean and the flow. And again, we stepped in. We reached out to the government. We reached out to the government after like 2 months when things started. We started to rebuild and let them know of our plight and we want to get back up. No answer, no response from government. We went back to work and rebuilt the bathroom.
That's why I like to hear.
Open our market the December of 2018.
That is
from a hurricane, September 2017. We had a brand new bathroom and we expand our bathroom. We went from 4 toilets to 6 toilets, 2 urinal. It separated a male part, a female part. And we went as far, we tiled the floor.
Wow.
We tiled the floor. We don't play. You see, the government now runs the Market Square.
Right.
Rock Francis Market Square. And we yet to get a bathroom up in there. And I think that's a shame. With all the money government have, all the properties around, we still don't have a bathroom for Market Square. We Grow Food put in a bathroom in Golden.
And an easy place to have been even put a bathroom right in Market Square. And that's probably my arena. And my recommendation would have been right there, the old Franklin building. We own it.
So, and we discussed that.
We own the Franklin building, but I wanted, before you go on, hold your thought for me.
Okay.
Because we're getting really into this.
We get warm up.
Yeah. Is that you, as We Grow Food Inc., a private non-profit recognized by and filing the correct document in the Lieutenant Governor's office, took the initiative to fix a bathroom after it had been destroyed rather than working and waiting for the government. Um, that tells me a lot about you and the organization. Strong commitment to agriculture.
That's right.
That's agriculture. This is an organization. I would think if I was in a position which I'm already forming my partnership with you by you being here, for the government to have and develop a private partnership. When I worked at the housing authority many years ago, that was our mantra from the federal government. Begin forming private public partnership, because things that you can do quickly, it takes the government some time to achieve. Government has to do all kind of design, bill, all of those things have to go out, RFP, you gotta get a contract, and it takes so long. And if we form these public-private partnerships and say we have formed a public-private partnership, we're going to come into a lease agreement with you, and this is what you're going to do, and we're going to send you this pot of money annually for you to help cover costs in maintaining this area, then I think it would be a great venture, joint venture for us to go into, because you've already invested, you're vested, so you have a vested interest in seeing that happen. The government does it with a lot of other entities, the rum companies.
We know that.
You know,
that.
so it is
and we
for
will
us.
welcome. We will welcome that little pot of money.
Yeah.
We welcome that to continue going. But let me just go a little further, especially with the bathroom. During our recovery when the stateside lineman came in and started erecting poles and running line, the Border Farmers Market was the staging area. Every morning they'll set up there.
What?
And of course use the bathroom when they need to. Because what we do is the bathroom is divided in the male and the female part. We keep the male part open 24/7 once we have water. So the lineman them use it, visitors use it if they're driving through. You know, WAPA employees that are working in the area, because we know it's needed, because there's no other public bathroom
And so
besides that.
you're not only filling a need for your farmers, but also a community need in the border area for public restroom when they were doing work. That is so
and
commendable.
not only that, again, not
That's
only
so commendable.
that, we have, yes, and thank you. Not only that, we have a 2,000-gallon tank that the government installed, this time now installed during the Turnbull administration. And also the water will come up from the well and the bottle will go in there. And sometimes residents will come over for water.
Okay, so let's get back to that whole well with the inoperable, because I have my letter ready to send out to the commissioner. 3-4 months, that is too long. We're supposed to be able to turn this around quickly.
Yes, too long.
Right? So this well feeds into those cisterns.
The cistern, it's the way we set up, we have one section of Bodo will have 4 2,000-gallon tanks. That was installed again during the Dr. Peterson administration under Governor DeYoung. So the water goes over in that side, then it'll switch and come over to the other side and goes in the cistern, go in this 2,000-gallon tank, goes in farmers in the back. So it's a lot of farmers depending on this water. How it's presently not working right now.
So I know we have some influential people who are listening, and people who are viewing this broadcast on Facebook and listening on WSTI, hoping that with my letter and influence, because we have to work together to get things done. We can't work by ourselves, and especially when I know that you have been placing calls to the commissioner's office to no avail. Then you're bringing in me, and then I'm bringing in highlighting you, because it's necessary. We need to be sure that we are very serious about agriculture. It was not one of my main items I covered in my political platform. But I want, speaking about political platform and outcomes, the governor's state of the territory address last evening. And
Yes.
I mentioned in my commentary that agriculture was missing.
That's right.
Okay, and I was like, why aren't we talking about agriculture more?
Well, I was very disappointed because I listened to the whole presentation myself. I was very disappointed the fact that he didn't mention agriculture.
That's
Yes,
one of the only
he-
items. I
he
think
promised us-
I liked I let me just finish. I really, because I don't like to drag down nobody. That ain't what I'm about. I'm about uplifting human beings. But I liked his speech. It was very vivacious. He had a lot of
Yes,
energy,
yes,
and I appreciate that. But at the same point, agriculture is so necessary because he has it as one of the first goals outlined in the 2040 plan. He
Yes.
mentioned it. And so
Yes.
I was like, how is it you don't expound on that a little bit and say what you're going to do for the farmers, the livestock? We didn't even have an abattoir in St. Thomas Walking.
That's
so
right.
I just want to understand. I'm not on the committee for our legislature committee on economic development and agriculture. I'm not on that, but I am looking forward to having those discussions.
We are just we're just leaving agriculture get dragged right down. That's what we're doing. Abattoir again, damage from the hurricane in 2017. Nothing have been done to date. Just a lot of pussyfooting around. We ain't getting the work done. We need the work done. We need a commissioner who's going to work and get the work done. But let me get back to the presentation. Just like you said, I was disappointed. Nothing mentioned about agriculture. And yes, he had the 2040 plan. The 2040 plan, you want to increase our agriculture production from presently now 2% to 34%, which is very ambitious. The program haven't started. This 2040 plan is a year old now. It's been out for the whole last year. We have a pending agriculture plan that UVI and Department of Agriculture have put together.
And
I understand that the plan is completed and it's on the governor's desk. That was mentioned last night.
I understand
Again,
that too.
none of that was being mentioned. We have to develop this industry, and and it's not like we are not on the air over the years discussing it and pushing for this. We have been doing that with no results. We're just getting a lot of lip service.
Sure.
The governor took $10 million in our face this past summer. We're going to put $10 million in agriculture. No movement. No movement. No movement in the $10 million. That's $10 million can set up our water infrastructure up.
Okay
You
then.
understand?
Okay.
And we asking for that. It's been called for a desal plant or a reverse osmosis plant.
Yes, I've heard that.
And we just discussing it with no action. No action. We have, let me just give you another little piece. When the MAP administration was in then we had the commissioner was Mr. Robles. We got $100,000 one way in 2015.
And who is we?
The Department of Agriculture.
Okay, good.
The Department of Agriculture is we.
Yes.
The farming community.
Okay.
Senator Millen Young appropriated and got passed $500,000 to deal with the drought. We had a drought in 2015. Commissioner Robles told us he spent $400,000 in St. Croix. The $100,000 were for St. Thomas to build a cistern. So, okay. We went as far as had plans drawn. We went as far as had bids. Right? The hurricane come and disrupt us, of course, right? And before he left office now, in the end of 2018, he got another appropriation from the Department of Interior now for $185,000. He said he's going to put a second cistern in Bordeaux. And to date, we haven't received any of those cisterns.
Wow.
You see?
Wow.
So we had money in our hand. When this administration came into office, we had money in our hands.
Wow.
So when we questioned the assistant commissioner about the first $100,000, she said she wasn't aware of it. She had to go back and research. When she finally got back to us, she said she can't find the money. The money isn't there.
Okay.
So that $100,000 disappeared.
Wow.
The 185 now was there. We didn't get the system done. So during the time when we had to, when the money was getting ready to expire, we had a meeting.
We are short on the
Okay.
time. The time has been spent. I know we didn't get calls in this evening. We are hoping that at our next show,
Our show.
our next show, our show.
An hour. An hour.
No, it's 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. We have to.
We have to get it up to an hour.
Yeah, we just getting warmer.
Okay, that we will have more time to talk about agriculture.
That's right.
We also want to invite you who are listening to join us at our next program date, which is February. What date, young people? I have the young people behind of me. They could tell us what the next program date is, which would be 2 weeks from today, February 3rd. February 18th? 8th? February 8th, you sure?
Yes.
February 8th here on WSTA Lucky 13. So we're going to be airing. And so join us again for On Point every other Tuesday from 6 to 6:30 p.m. right here on WSTA Lucky 13. I want to take the opportunity to thank my staff members, and big thank you to the listening audience for your participation, and also a great big thank you to Mr. Eldred Thomas from We Grow Food Inc. for being here and sharing with us some of the issues that we are facing with agriculture. I really want to say I'm thankful that when I went down to Bordeaux to see what was happening down there, and this would have been in November, December, because we were going to join in an initiative by agriculture to put in some backyard farming in the public housing communities, that you approached me and told me about some of the challenges that you were having there, you and along with some other farmers there. So I just want to give my voice. I have my letter prepared, and I'm going to be ready to send it out quickly to the commissioner. Any last words?
Well, I want to thank you for having me, and of course, and I would like you to be a strong advocate for agriculture as we go forward.
Well,
agriculture shouldn't be political. We need agriculture, regardless to who is in office. We need agriculture. We need them to put a strong individual in place who will run and develop our agriculture program. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, and thank you, listening audience. So join us again here on Point on February 8th. Have a good evening, and God bless.